Hello, my dear students. In the last class, we have already discussed about de Broglie hypothesis and Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Today, we will discuss about the Schrödinger wave equation. We know the de Broglie relation is the basis of explaining the wave-particle dualism of freely moving material particles. Erwin Schrödinger demonstrated that the above concept could be generalized and applied to bound particles such as electrons in atoms. A major problem with Bohr's model was that it treated electrons as particles that existed in precisely defined orbits. Based on de Broglie's idea that particles could exhibit wave-like behavior, Australian physicist Erwin Schrödinger theorized that the behavior of electrons within atoms could be explained by treating them mathematically as matter waves. This model, which is the basis of the modern understanding of the atom, is known as the quantum mechanical or wave mechanical model. Schrödinger recognized a parallelism between the behavior of the electron in a hydrogen atoms under constraints imposed by the attraction of the nucleus and that of a standing wave system, exemplified by a vibrating string fixed at both ends. There are only certain allowable states or energies that an electron in an atom can have is similar to a standing wave. You are probably already familiar with standing wave from stringed musical instruments. For example, when a string is plucked on a guitar, the string vibrates in the shape of a standing wave. Here, there are points of zero displacement or nodes that occur along the standing wave. The nodes are marked with red dots. Since the string in the animation is fixed at both ends, this leads to the limitation that only certain wavelengths are allowed for any standing wave. As such, the vibrations are quantized. In the standing wave, exactly 5 full wavelengths fit within the circle is shown in the top figure. When the circumference of the circle does not allow an integer number of wavelengths, the resulting destructive interferences result in cancellation of the wave is shown in the bottom figure. How are standing waves related to electrons in an atom? On a very simple level, we can think of electrons as standing matter waves that have certain allowed energies. Schrödinger formulated a model of the atom that assumed the electrons could be treated as matter waves. He proposed in 1926 a wave equation describing the electron's motion analogous to that used to describe a standing wave system. This equation, known as the Schrödinger wave equation, may be applied to describe the wave pattern associated with any particle under similar constraints. The Schrödinger wave equation is that H operator psi is equal to E psi, where psi is called the wave function, H operator is known as the Hamiltonian operator, and E is the binding energy of the electron. Solving Schrödinger equation yields multiple wave functions as solutions, each with an allowed value for energy E. Then what is a wave function? A wave function is used to describe matter waves. Matter waves are very small particles in motion having a wave nature, dual nature of particle and wave. Any variable property that makes up the matter waves is a wave function of the matter wave. Wave function is denoted by the symbol psi. Amplitude. We know it is a property of a wave. It is measured by following the movement of the particle with its Cartesian coordinates with respect of time. The amplitude of a wave is a wave function. The wave nature and the amplitude are a function of coordinates and time such that wave function amplitude psi is equal to psi rt, where r is the position of the particle in terms of x, y, z directions. Then what is the Hamiltonian operator used in the Schrödinger equation? In mathematics, the operator is a rule that converts observed properties into another property. For example, A will be an operator if it can change a property f of x into another f of y. That is, f of x is equal to f of y. Hamiltonian operator is the sum of potential and kinetic energies of particle calculated over 3 coordinates and time. That is, Hamiltonian operator H operator is equal to T plus V is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. The Schrödinger equation for the matter wave propagating in 3 dimensions in space associated with the motion of a particle of mass m is given as second derivative of psi with respect to x plus second derivative of psi with respect to y plus second derivative of psi with respect to z plus 8 pi square m divided by x square into E minus V psi is equal to 0. Here, E is the total energy of the particle, while V is its electrostatic potential energy. In the Schrödinger equation, H is the Planck's constant, and the first 3 terms are double differentials of the function psi with respect to x, y, and z respectively. The function psi, which depends on the coordinates of the particle, is called the wave function of the particle. Psi is a measure of the amplitude of the matter wave associated with the particle at the various points defined by the coordinates x, y, and z with respect to a certain reference frame. For example, for the electron in hydrogen atom, the coordinate x, y, and z are defined with respect to the nucleus at which they are 0, 0, 0. Next, we can discuss about the nature and significance of psi and psi square. The value of the wave function psi at a given point in space xyz is proportional to the amplitude of the electron matter wave at that point. However, many wave functions are complex functions containing I is equal to square root of minus 1 and the amplitude of the matter wave has no real physical significance. The square of the wave function psi square is a little more useful. This is because the square of a wave function is proportional to the probability of finding an electron in a particular volume of space within an atom. The function psi square is often called the probability density. The probability density for an electron can be visualized in a number of different ways. For example, psi square can be represented by a graph in which varying intensity of color is used to show the relative probabilities of finding an electron in a given region in space. The greater the probability of finding an electron in a particular volume, the higher the density of the color in that region. For example, the probability distributions for 1s, 2s, and 3s orbitals are shown here. Greater color intensity indicate regions where electrons are more likely to exist. Nodes indicate regions where an electron has zero probability of being found. The 2s and 3s orbitals contain nodes, regions in which an electron has a 0% probability of being found. The existence of nodes is analogous to the standing waves. Another way of picturing probabilities for electrons in orbitals is by plotting the surface density as a function of the distance from the nucleus R. A radial probability graph showing the surface probability psi square R square versus R. Electrons occupying higher energy orbitals have greater probabilities of being found farther from the nucleus. Schrödinger wave equation is a mathematical expression describing the energy and position of the electron in space and time, taking into account the matter wave nature of the electron inside an atom. It is based on 3 considerations. They are classical plane wave equation, de Broglie hypothesis of matter waves, and conservation of energy. Then what is the physical significance of Schrödinger wave equation? We know Bohr concept of an atom is simple, but it cannot explain the presence of multiple orbitals and the fine spectrum arising out of them. It is applicable only to the one electron system. Schrödinger wave equation has multiple unique solutions representing characteristics, radius, energy, and amplitude. Probability density of the electron calculated from the wave function shows multiple orbitals with unique energy and distribution in space. Schrödinger equation could explain the presence of multiple orbitals and a fine spectrum arising out of all atoms, not necessarily hydrogen-like atoms. Today we have discussed about Schrödinger wave equation. In the next class, we will discuss about the concept of orbitals. Thank you.